This minute of Sk8 the Infinity starts with a black screen that zooms out to reveal a skateboard leaning up against a wall.
And ends with a mysterious teenager skateboarding through the empty city streets. This is minute 1 of episode 1, Snowfall on a Hot Night. Hello and welcome to Infinite Minute, an anime by minute podcast where we watch Sk8 the Infinity minute by minute, talk about it, discuss it, have fun with it. Thank you for joining us on the start of our journey. My name is Jonathon Lawrence.
And my name is Caitlin Mathieson.
We are a couple of 31-year-old, we're in our 30s, we're old.
Yes,
we're a couple of Australian people.
Yes.
How do you even introduce who we are?
No, it's accurate. We are Australian people.
We're Australian people in their 30s. We love anime.
Yes. I recently I'm going to blame lockdown restrictions for my current obsession with anime. Being recorded during the coronavirus pandemic. Yes, it is. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to bring that up. We're going to really date ourselves, aren't we?
Yeah. Oh, well.
But yes, we are two friends. We've been friends for a very long time.
Old friends.
Always old friends. One of my oldest. And Jono has been facilitating my journey into anime over the last 6 or 7 months, recommending things for me to watch. And one of those things was Sk8 the Infinity.
Yeah, I sent you a message on Facebook Messenger. Mm-hmm. On January 18th at 8:31.
Wow.
I think you'd like Sk8. And here we are.
And he was right.
And yeah, I've always watched anime since I was young. Used to watch it a lot more seasonally and then kind of got out of it during the mid 2010s. And then same as Katie, coronavirus came back looking for like something to do. Coronavirus came back. Coronavirus came, full stop. And
well, it has just come back for us.
And I remember my wife, who you're also good friends with,
yes.
Obviously, she said you had an Instagram post about Haikyuu.
Oh, yeah.
And you were like, oh, is anyone else watching this dumb volleyball show?
Yeah.
Or something to that effect. And Emily was like, oh,
exactly
you've
that.
watched this, haven't you? And I'm like, yes. And I think I messaged you, and yeah, we've been watching seasonal stuff since.
It's been great.
The last Haikyuu
It's been great.
season.
It's been great just because I've had someone to talk to about these shows because I don't have really anyone else. I've got a few other people that I can talk to, but not most of the shows I watch, which is most of the shows Jono watches, which is really good.
This is an anime by minute podcast, so movies by minutes are an established podcast format. People watch a cult classic film or a popular film. So the original example is the Star Wars Minute, which was by two guys called Pete the Retailer Bonavita, and Alex Robinson. And that was started all the way back in 2013, and they're still going. So, there's some juice to the format. I mean, there's a lot of Star Wars movies. I'm not the biggest fan of Star Wars, but this is why I kind of wanted to do it with something that, interests me, something I really like. And it's a different sort of vibe, I guess. With movies, it's similar, but it's different. Animation feels much more deliberate, I guess. Everything is controlled by a key animator or a director or something like that. So I think it's going to be a different vibe. And the anime that we're doing this with, as I said before, is Sk8 the Infinity, which was a winter 2021 anime, started in January and ended in April sometime.
Early
April.
Yeah.
And we watched that week to week. We would chat about it.
Yeah.
And had a lot of fun with it. So we want to keep having fun with it, analyze it minute by minute for some reason.
Yeah.
Do this to ourselves. Go on a journey together. Yeah, we're going to give it a shot. We're going to give it a bloody red hot go. And they say, only do one of these things if you think you're going to finish it. So I'm feeling pretty good about it.
I think so.
This minute... How do we even do this, right?
Oh my God, I know. We should have just watched it and then started talking about it.
Yeah, because it works so well. I love that the first shot pans out from a skateboard. It's kind of like
very cool.
It's the whole show right there, right in the first frame. It's just skateboard zooming out into Reki's room and just seeing what he is all about before you even know the character.
I really loved, and I didn't notice this until I've now watched it like 3 times, just the little animation of him getting out of his swivelly chair is really cute. I don't know, I just was like, oh, he puts his foot up on the chair, and I just thought that was really adorable.
Or is it the way he's sitting? Where has he come from that swivel chair?
I don't know.
Oh yeah, no, he's sitting on it really weirdly, like he's got his legs up.
He probably sits how I sit on my swivel chair with literally my feet up underneath me, and I wonder why I have bad posture, and I can tell you why. That's probably it.
Yeah, no, he's definitely got an odd posture on the swivel chair. But then the fact that he this is because when I first watched this, I had to watch this start like 3 times because I loved the animation so much, like just the way it flowed and the way it looked. It has that kind of rotoscoped feel to the skateboarding.
Without being it doesn't take you out so much, like to reference another one, with as much as I love it in Bakuten, it really does sort of look completely different to the rest of the animation.
Yeah.
Whereas in this, it feels so naturally still part of the world. Like, it doesn't feel like I'm watching a different show.
Yeah, and I do love in Bakuten, and we're already getting distracted by other anime, of course.
I think that's just going to happen.
Yeah, it will, definitely. When it looks like when they're showing them the routines, it looks like they're showing the like CGI in progress, if you know what I mean. Like, they're actually showing what they had before they add all like the boys to the animation and stuff like that. Yeah, it took me a while to get used to the Bakuten one, but I love that. But this looks more like they've traditionally animated over the rotoscoping, and it just has a really nice, simple vibe. And especially, I'm looking at the shot now where Reki's grabbing onto the back of a truck, which also very dangerous, young man, to do that. But it's like a really simple shot of him from the side, no facial features, and I kind of love when stuff like that happens, where it's just like a simple one-shot frame, and it just like cuts to a simple shot, but you've got this really detailed background. Like, I'm looking at a steak shop, a jumbo steak shop, t-shirt print and design, like all these small, tiny little details of this beautiful backdrop that lasts like 2 seconds.
Yeah, I think that's I always find that amazing in anime in general, but when there's so much detail put into the backgrounds.
Yeah. Like even the shot with Joe that lasts like 2 seconds, not even.
Oh, and it's got that real, I mean, I guess not Chinatown isn't the right feel, but it's got that real like
bar
I guess
alleyway.
It's like in the middle of Tokyo alleyway, like the neon lights is very cool.
Yeah.
Very, very cool.
I can't remember the name. What's izakaya? It's that's the name of like that small bar where you go in and you get food, you sit at a bench. We need to go to Japan one day when we can.
I want to go so bad.
Yeah. Joe is
really
outside Tropical Bar.
Tropical bar
Very bar with his 2 women, but then also the frame before it cuts into the close-up of Joe kissing these 2 random women, which, I mean, we haven't even got onto that. Like, we're getting introduced to all these characters right at the start. We see, except Shadow, for some reason.
Yeah. Because he's well, not to get too far ahead of ourselves, but he's kind of painted as the villain early on.
Yeah, and I think he does feature in minute 2. There's a cat sleeping on a barrel to the left of this shot, and it is like you don't even see it. Like, it's so like detailed, this little world that they've created to introduce these characters. And I don't know, we're really early on. Like,
is there a place called Pigeon?
There is a place called Pigeon. and there's a place called And.
Wow,
What is that
really
about?
is.
We're really early on, like we're a minute into this journey, I guess. This is giving me like, just doing this has given me an appreciation for how much work has gone into this thing. Like this is a background that someone's like drawn. You know what I mean? It sounds dumb when you put it like
really?
that. What?
I don't know if this is too getting into things, but something that I saw which was really cool with this part was linking each of the characters up with like the 7 deadly sins. Almost, because you go to Cherry, who's got the briefcase with the money. So you've got your greed. And then Joe, obviously, with the girl. So you've got lust. And then I can't remember how the other ones all... I should have looked it up.
Yeah, but who knows what wrath is, really.
When it shows the other characters. Yeah. So then you have all... And then it shows the other characters and how they are sort of reflected in the sins. And I thought that was really cool as well.
Well, what would Miyu be? He's Miyu, right? Miya. I'm so bad at that.
Miya.
I was thinking, like, because I was talking to Emily about this. There is only one female name I remember from this series, Carla, and she's not even real. It's a classic boys. Just loving the boys.
Look, it is something that I think they could have done better.
I don't remember the detective. I don't remember her name or her arc.
Kyoko. Kimiko, maybe? It's something like that. Yeah. And I do think that she had we're getting ahead of ourselves now, but I think they really could have done more with her
For
than
sure.
they did, which is kind of sad.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Lunga's mum is also a great character.
Oh, yeah, Lunga's mum. Yeah, but she's Lunga's mum. Like, what's her name? What's her deal?
Yeah, true.
What would Miyu be then? Because Miyu is sitting...
Miya.
Cat boy. What would Miya be then? Because he's studying...
Wait, so what are all the other ones? MV, Sloth.
Well, he's not Sloth.
Wrath.
He's not Gluttony.
No.
What can we stretch him to? Lust for knowledge.
What else is there? Envy and pride. So
maybe pride.
I think
because he is prideful, as we find out later. It's not obvious now, but yeah, I think pride is good.
I can guarantee you, someone on Reddit has done a very detailed analysis of this.
Well, the subtitle that accompanies him is "Getting into a Good College," so it could be pride.
Pride would make sense then. Yeah.
And just the difference between his and Reki's room as well. I mean, he's only an elementary student, but you're seeing into these... Again, I'm just noticing on this still frame, there's like a shirt or something that's obscuring a whole third of the shot. Yeah. They're really into this, like, keeping the backgrounds in thirds. Oh, yeah, it's his uniform. Yeah. Because it's like a cute little sailor uniform,
really
isn't
cool.
It? Yeah, didn't even notice that. But he's got like spacemen up on his thing. He's got stars. He's got aliens. There's not much skateboarding stuff in his room. There's a poster that says tricks, and which, you know, there are skateboard tricks. And there's another little poster, but that's it, really.
Yeah, I guess he is sort of... And then he's got the board under his desk, obviously, which is very cute.
Well, that's the reveal, I guess, of this shot, is that it cuts to him in his little anklets. So then, who have we seen? We kind of skipped over Cherry, which I don't...
Oh, yes. Sorry.
To be honest, I don't remember much of this, because I've watched this once. I watched it as it came out, so every Sunday. And usually you and I would kind of message about it, like, hey, I'm going to watch it now. Yes. We'd kind of watch it together.
Yeah.
And I haven't watched it since until I pitched this to you. And I was like, I wonder what is in that first minute. And there was so much I forgot. Like, I didn't remember Cherry with the money. I didn't remember Joe kissing two random women. Like it's the kind
His
of stuff.
girlfriends.
Are they his girlfriends? Is that like canon or just
No,
girlfriends?
well, I mean, not in my opinion.
No. No. You've got your
I have
own.
my own opinions, which I will try not to push too hard on this. Maybe not till we get to episode 9.
No.
Wait.
When we find out more about them. You mean episode 9 of the anime,
Yes.
not minute 9 of the first episode.
Oh my god, yeah, no,
Yeah,
sorry,
right?
episode 9 of that anime, so
Yeah.
in like 3 years from now.
Yeah, depending on if we want to ramp up a release schedule.
Yes.
And I didn't remember
what was I
being
saying?
in Adam's office either.
No, like they're just so quick, and I guess the first time you watch it, you're not thinking like, oh, these are characters that I'm going to have to
Remember.
pay attention to,
Yeah.
remember. You have no frame of reference for who these people are yet. So you're not going to really take that much notice of what they're doing, whether you think it's weird. Like now you look back and you're like, why is Cherry accepting a briefcase
Yeah.
full of money?
Is something sus going on with Cherry? Like,
he looks so sus
looks
as
really
well,
sus.
like with his fan.
With his fan, yeah. But that fan is like a classic shot with Cherry.
Yes.
But like, why?
yeah.
Who is he accepting money from? And is it for?
Right?
Is this for a calligraphy job or like what? What's the deal,
Tech,
Cherry?
AI.
Yeah. He's such an
What's going
entrepreneur.
But it's interesting going back and watching it for sure.
Mm.
This is my third watch through. I have already done a rewatch. So some of this stuff is a little bit more familiar for me already. Some episodes I have rewatched immediately after watching them as well because I liked them so much. So some of them will be third and fourth times watching for me. Yeah.
And you've watched the dub as well, haven't you?
I have watched parts of the dub. I've watched the parts that people upload to Twitter, which are usually either really, really funny or like really sweet or really shippy.
Well, it's going to be weird because we're going to be watching it like a minute at a time, which is like
Yes.
it kind of, breaks it up a bit. But it's been years since I've watched a dub. Like basically ever since I figured out that like subs were a thing. I think maybe Full Metal Alchemist, the original one, not Brotherhood, was my first sub that I ever watched. And because like we grew up with like, for all you Aussie 90s kids out there, you'd know Cheese TV. You grew up with like Dragon Ball Z and One Piece and Sailor Moon, Pokemon.
Sailor Moon.
Yeah. You just grew up with the dub. And to the point where I can't really watch, like I tried to watch the new Card Captor and I'm like, why are they talking in Japanese? It's very odd.
I couldn't not imagine watching like Sailor Moon in Japanese.
Yeah,
like,
and the dub's so funny too. But then I watch
Yeah.
this in the dub now and I'm just like, ugh. Like, it's bad to be like that because like, they put in as much work as the sub. But it's like a different show.
They do, and
Reki sounds so different.
It is. This is one of the rare occasions where I've really enjoyed seeing the dub come out. I think because what you've said is it is almost like a totally different show. And a lot of the lines are not necessarily, they're not like direct translations. The English translator has done a really good job of making them funny in an English sense, and the English voice actors have just absolutely done the most incredible job with the dub. And so I think it's just been really fun. I remember waiting. I mean, the dub has only just finished, but I remember waking up knowing the dub was coming out, being like, oh, what have they done in the dub this week that's going to freak everyone out? Because every week, guaranteed someone was freaking out about something in the dub that had been said.
Well, yeah, I saw some of the clips as well. I remember messaging you about them and just being like, this is wild. Like, who wrote this? It's great.
Which we'll get to when we get to
but
episode.
even this minute, they've like adapted so much to that kind of more English colloquialisms and like the only Japanese I know is from anime. Like, let's get that straight. I am such like a hanger-on in that sense that I just don't know any. I try to know some, but I've never needed to know it. And it's probably my greatest regret in life that I didn't do Japanese in high school. I did French, which I'm not watching a lot of French animation. Some.
Well, I did Japanese in high school and
go.
I don't remember any of it, so didn't really help me.
No. But even this minute, there's so much that's different that I noticed. And we haven't even talked about where this cuts off right before.
Oh, yeah.
And I actually kind of love it in the English. I feel like the cutoffs will be more dramatic in the English, if you know what I mean. Because with the subtitles, you get the subtitle preempting the Japanese sometimes, and oftentimes I'll notice when I'm watching something, the Japanese order of things, like the vowel subject object order, you hear something before you see the subtitle, or you see a subtitle before you hear the thing. Whereas with the English, I think it'll be a bit more like, we get this really good cutoff at the end of this one where he's like, and I gotta say, and it cuts off and it's like, what's he gonna say? What's he gonna say? We know what he's gonna say. We've watched it, but
yeah, we know.
We'll keep you in suspense for this minute.
Yeah. I think something else I really love about this minute is watching like pre-doubt Reki skateboarding. He's just like got this real confidence about him. Like even things like grabbing onto the back of the truck and doing all these little tricks. And it's just like so nice to see him so happy, so confident, just enjoying himself so much, especially when you know the journey he's about to go on. So I just really enjoyed watching him do that, be like that in this minute.
He drops out of his bedroom window. Like, it's pretty cool. Like, who has a ramp built at their bedroom window?
He's got a ramp, doesn't he?
Yeah,
actually,
he drops in on a full-on ramp. It's such a good start. But it really, yeah, there's so much, like, just the amount of thought that has gone into, like, introducing this show to a new audience. It's an original anime. There's no manga tying in. There's no light novel or anything. This is the first time anyone was seeing this. And to just start off with some sick skateboarding animation was such a good idea and such a good, like, lead in to it. And it gets even better before the OP kicks in, which we're going to have to watch 12 times and talk about something different every time. To be fair, though, I love this OP. It is one of the only OPs great. Not one of the only, but it's an OP that I never skipped when this was airing.
Yeah, never skipped it. Loved it every single time.
Yeah, it's such a good song. One thing we haven't talked about is the skateboards, I guess.
Ooh, yeah. Actually, they all have their boards as well, don't they? In the frame with them. Oh, I just realised that. That's so cool.
Where's Carla?
Isn't she on the ground next to him?
Yeah, she is. Kind of looks a bit shoehorned in for Cherry.
She's just sitting
I've
there.
never understood Joe's wheels. You get a really quick shot of Joe's
like
wheels
bumpy.
in this one. Yeah. And they stay like that too throughout the thing. I think it's that. I don't know if that's an actual skateboarding thing. For any skaters out there listening to this, I know nothing about skateboarding.
Oh yeah, we should, full disclaimer, we don't know anything about skateboarding.
We love anime. We hate skateboarding. It's actually it's kind of given me a new appreciation for it. When I see people at the skate park, I always love to kind of watch and see what they're doing, see if they get the trick. Walked past or ran past the skate park today and saw like 7 girls, like all probably like under 12, all skateboarding. Just the coolest thing. They're all just loving
adorable.
it. Yeah.
Well, I have since bought myself a skateboard, and I can confirm that it is very difficult, much more difficult than I thought it was going to be. So same thing when I see people on them and around, very impressed. And I also walked past the local skate park with my skateboard the other day, and I got very scared because there were so many children, and I was very intimidated. And I also thought I'm probably the same age as a lot of your parents. That made me even sadder.
Don't say that. Oh, no.
So I ran away instead. There is a really cool little thing as well, which is that I'm pretty sure Sole, which is on the bottom of Joe's board, means sun in Italian.
There you go.
Which is very cute, I think, given his little sun motif on his jackets and his tattoo.
Right, I haven't even noticed that. I mean, if we want to talk about symbolism on the bottom of skateboards, till death do us part is on the bottom of Adams.
Oh, is that on Adams?
Yeah. God,
he's such a dramatic little bitch, isn't he?
I think we got to do a deep dive on Adam's skateboard. We should say I think it's Studio No Border did the skateboard designs. And I think
cool.
They might actually be Scottish. I can't remember. There was something, they were definitely like a more of an international flavor. Not to say that, like, I know a lot of Japanese animation companies have had to bring in people from, like, out of Japan to animate just because it's, you know, the circumstances are so bad over there, but that's a whole other podcast.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I'm pretty sure that it's like an international company that designed the boards for them, which is pretty cool.
Oh, that's very cool. Yeah, they did a really good job. They're all they're all individually, I just think it's very cool that they're all sort of very specifically designed for each person, rather than just being a generic skateboard. To pretty much out of all of them, probably Reki's is more generic than anyone's. I guess Miya's has just kind of got like a little cross on it, but
yeah, we'll have to wait until we get a better shot.
Yeah, maybe we will have to do a mini episode on that.
Is happiness being rich? That was another quote I wrote down.
Oh, for Cherry.
Cherry. I mean, is Cherry's thing even about being rich?
No, but he is canonically rich, and Joe is canonically poor, apparently.
But he's a business owner.
Broke.
I mean, most business owners are nowadays, but that's another.
Yeah, true. No, there are theories as to why Joe is so broke for a restaurant owner, because apparently the restaurant is quite well known, at least for business people to be going there all the time.
When you say canonically,
yes,
is this like side material that says Cherry's rich?
Yeah, like interviews with the with the writer.
Okay. There you go.
Yes. Source, Twitter.
Source, Twitter. Always Twitter.
Always Twitter. Source, I'll tell you right now, source for all my facts are either Tumblr or Twitter, and I will not go any further than that.
Love that. That's all you need.
Yeah.
What was your favourite part of this minute? What did you love about this minute?
What did I love? I love the little string of little tricks that Reki does. Just the panning shot of it. It's so good.
We haven't even talked about it.
It's just like such a good little... I know, it's so good though. There's even a bit as well where he's just like pushing the board with his foot, and I just think that's really cool as well. All of the skateboarding animation.
This is a really good sequence. I don't even know what I was paying attention to right here.
He changes depth in this, like the depth changes in this tracking shot.
Yeah.
Like multiple times, like back and forth.
And the camera movement too.
And they've got the foreground.
Yeah.
The foreground, like bushes and poles and stuff that he goes past is just it's just really cool. Really
I can see why I watched this a few times the first time, because it's just like, he goes under that map, does like a kickflip, a pop shove it. Yeah. See, I know some things.
I see. I don't even know those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Tony Hawk's.
I really,
And it's like the last 10 seconds of this minute is just Reki going off. I really like what
Which
you say
we know
about...
gets brought back at the end.
Does it?
Yeah, I think we've talked about this in the very last episode.
When?
You know, they flip it and they do... Lunga does the same tricks. We can cut this
really?
out. Lunga does this... I swear we've had this conversation.
No, we haven't. We haven't. I didn't know that. That's so cool.
They reverse that shot of Reki doing all the tricks. And then they
track
reverse it and have it Lunga doing it. Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah,
I'm going to find in our chat where
I
we've
swear
had this
you
discussion.
didn't. I don't know.
But
I don't remember that.
Yeah, that's what it's very cool. It's exactly the same shot. Very
awesome.
Cool.
I think leave that in.
Yeah,
it's your memory working well.
What did you love about this minute?
I think it's a new discovery. It really is that shot of the back alley with Joe in it. Just the backgrounds in general are so detailed and meticulous, and they're over in a couple of seconds. And it's given me an appreciation for like what goes into this. It's really cool. I mean, we've said a lot of things are cool. Maybe I need new adjectives. But, I mean, there's no other way to describe it. It's like just a beautiful shot. And then Joe kisses two random women. And it's like, okay, cool. I see the Soleil now.
I love him so much.
Yeah.
He's such a beautiful soul.
What was your favourite quote, if you had one?
I don't know. This one's kind of funny because I think that the whole monologue works really well as a whole. But there are some funny bits, like the whole like hooking up with hot girls is really funny, and even actually in the sub as well. I think it's funny when he's like, "Don't say such scary stuff to grade school kids." I think that's really cute.
It actually the whole bit about happiness. Now that you mention it, or not happiness, but about the hero and the superheroes and stuff, reminded me a lot the first time I watched it of Ping Pong, the animation. Which is like...
I don't know what that is.
It's fantastic. Probably one of my favourite shows, like one of the only 10 out of 10s on my anime list. And we're going to have to spruik our anime lists
Why have you not told me to watch this yet?
I don't know. Watch Ping Pong the animation. It's really good.
Cool.
It's probably the first sports anime I actually really liked. Because I remember before that, it was basically like fantasy or dramas. But yeah, Ping Pong's really good. But at the start of Ping Pong, there's this whole bit about like the hero appears. You chant the hero appears, and it reminded me a lot of that the first time. But then I feel like it goes on a different tangent to Ping Pong. Sk8 is more like a great Saturday morning cartoon, or in our experience, it was a Sunday morning cartoon. Over here. My favourite quote of the episode was just the difference between the sub and the dub in the "that's not what gets me going" line, and in the sub it's just "but not me." I love that extra little like spice that the English guys put on it. Just gives Reki a bit more character, I guess, in the dub. Or maybe changes his character, as we've said multiple times. But as we say, we're watching this minute to minute, so it might be weird. Maybe we should just watch the first episode dub first and then go back. I don't know. One day.
No, I like the way we're doing it. I like being able to compare them.
Yeah, it is cool.
It is cool to see how they change the translation.
No more cool. I cut my.
No more cool. Okay,
no more cool. No, I'm saying for myself, not for you.
Not
for you. It's the cool
We should have
zone.
A cool jar. Every time we say cool, we have to put $1 into it or something.
We need a cool jar. I love that. Katie, do you have anything else to say about this minute of Sk8 the Infinity?
No, I'm just excited to get into it and to have to see more characters, talk more about it, get into the actual plot of the show. I can't wait. And I'm excited for the next minute because I know how it starts and it is such a good moment. So
cool. Excitement. I'm excited. Yes. I hope we can keep this momentum going.
Yes.
You can find us on infinite_minute on Twitter. You can also email us at infiniteminutepodcast@gmail.com. If you want to send us anything at all, we'll do our best to read it. Do our best.
If you have any fun facts that we've not
Yeah.
already talked about, or if I've said an incorrect fact, which could happen.
Go watch Sk8 the Infinity.
Oh, yeah, if you haven't.
If you haven't already, which you probably should. If you haven't watched it and you're listening to this,
Why?
God help you. Kami Summer
Listening
help.
to us ramble.
Yeah. Go get Anime Lab or Funimation. Go watch this anime because it's probably right up there this year with some of the best, I would say.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and go watch Odd Taxi.
Cross promotion.
All right.
Cool.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye. How do you say goodbye?